so amped with streaming and stuff, we decided to do a quick playthrough of Home.
A unique horror adventure.
Yep. This is a pretty cool game. I've only played it with Ashley once. She's played it a lot more than I have, but
Yeah.
I'll be in control this time.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to playing through this again because it's definitely a game where, depending on the choices you make, will affect the ending. And there's lots of cool places to go and visit. And we're hoping that whoever joins us will help us make the choices in the game.
Yep, we'll give it a couple minutes for some people to join in, hopefully. But yeah, we finished The Wolf Among Us shortly ago. That was pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
The ending itself was not as good as the gameplay, I would say. I mean, if that's what you want to call it, gameplay.
Yeah, it's fair. It looks like we got someone joining us, so hopefully they will let us know
Yup.
who they are. Hey, it's Leah.
Hey kid, shouldn't you be asleep? Tee hee.
She's an adult.
I know. One moment. Yeah, Leah, you can go check out our end of Wolf Among Us if you want. See how that went.
Of course, after.
My mic is being weird. What's it doing? Oh, hey Kimber, welcome aboard. Home is a horror game where we actually control the outcome of what happens, so to speak. Um,
Yeah, that's the headset that Joe has. We don't have the same one.
yeah, my other good one, the microphone is not working as well. So if I want to come in a little clearer, I have to be much louder than I'm more comfortable being. All right, your game will be saved automatically at certain points. However, we recommend. Oh, I can apparently only barely be heard, so I'm gonna see if I can fix that real quick. Test. Is that better? Is that a little better? How's that? Can you guys hear me a little better now? A little clearer? Am I louder on your end, Ashley?
Hold on. Try again.
Am I louder on your end?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Can you guys? Okay. I think I was accidentally on mute, guys. So that's on me. I'm sorry. That's me being crazy. Um. Okay, so your game will be saved automatically at certain points. However, we recommend you put aside an hour and a half and complete home in a single setting. So I don't think it took us that long last time we played. It took us a while.
Yeah, I don't think it took us that long.
Turn up the sound, turn off the lights. Hey guys, I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to do that, or a few seconds to do that yourself, like 5 seconds. Turn off your lights, turn up the sound. It's a horror adventure, right? All I remembered at that point was finding myself alone. Oh, oh my head. Where was I? It was so dark. Oh God. It was rainy. There was something by my feet. A flashlight.
And a strange cat noise happened.
A house. Where was I? There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? You know, you laughing is really detracting from the stress of the situation.
I'm sorry.
The desk had a computer and some papers on it, and a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the door? The drawer?
I don't know, guys. Did he open the drawer?
What do you guys think? I got
Okay,
a
I got a
yes.
list from Leah.
Go ahead and open it. Receipts, pens, and a blurry photo. Looked like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my shoes and pants. Oh man, I had to get out of there. As I casually walk away, and downstairs is the only way to go now. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg? I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, try to find a way out. But I'm gonna look around first. Oh, what's this? Hello, guy. A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic but exhausted. Did I free it?
Alright, should we free the mouse?
No.
Leah said no. Kimber said free him.
Alright, so we're hung here. Ms. Davis, what do you say?
I say free him.
Okay.
Kimber loves mice.
They're okay. A collection of rusty tools. These looked like they'd seen a lot of use, and they were caked in damp smelling dirt. Why weren't they in a shed? I found a picture of a couple. It looked like it'd been moved a lot. Seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? I'm gonna make a decision on this one. I'm gonna push it. It depressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere.
Of course you did. We just let our cats mess with the bugs.
Yeah. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. Seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. Always ends well. Sure. For the audience. What the... An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for two people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. Oh my. The smell was turning my stomach. A black and white photo. Looked like the man upstairs and his wife. I guess there was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? So do I take the photo?
What do you guys think?
little thunder rolling in. Sure, take it. I slipped the photo into my pocket. Maybe this will help me find some answers. Nowhere else to go but downstairs. Ooh, mirror. I looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and they were mud caked. Or there was mud cake all over my shoes. Yay, I suck at reading. The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. What the hell happened in this town? The door was taped up and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guess it led to the kitchen. Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break for a second. I'm going to just leave it here. Feel free to come back. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. Alright, looked in the mirror. I think I walked all the way there. I've walked all the way both ways. Saw that. I haven't gone in here, though. The switch on the wall appeared to have unlocked the door. Hmm. The box looked heavy, and there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I found a way out. I must have moved it, right? I'm gonna say I moved it, because I don't think I can get out any other way. But what do you guys think? Should I move it? Should I slide it away? revealing something that we can already see underneath it because it's a 2D side-scrolling game. I'm scared of the thunder, guys. Move it. I heaved the box forward and it finally gave. Oh, cool, a ladder. I'm gonna go look at the doors before I leave. Whoa. That was taped up, right? I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it was taped up.
Uh,
And Leah says there's another door he didn't go in.
there were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names were written down, but they were too smudged to read. I can only make out a few of the notes. Key card, locker, last one, I promise. It didn't seem to make much sense at the time. Hmm. And there was another door here, I think.
Yeah, I think that's the one Leah's talking about.
The bathroom was spotless. Everything had been wiped to a sheen. I wonder if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning. Or him. There was a photo development tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. Kimber, that's pronounced spoopy scary. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. Also, why'd that guy just assume that that woman was his wife? I mean, maybe it was like a close friend or something. There was a ladder going underground, where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? Yeah, I think it's the only way to go, so I'm just gonna go and say yeah. I looked against the photo found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. I wondered where the wife was. My legs were in terrible shape, but I had to get out.
This guy's making a lot of inferences about this couple.
Yeah. Ooh. Footprints in the dirt bleh, looked like more than one kind, and a lot of traffic. Uh, there's stuff on the walls down here. Places all over were marked on the old map of town. The industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murders in town over the last few years. Wait. There were photos. Photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. A work table covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. I didn't take it, did I?
So, does he take the gun?
I'll leave this one up to you guys. I don't know. Apparently I hated guns, but it's asking if I want to take it. Tiblet, you don't get input, Tiblet. Well, smelling my face cutely isn't going to give you input. Alright, Leah says yes. What about you, Kimber? Do I take the handgun? Awesome. I'll take it. Have an agreement. I tucked the small handgun into my pocket. Its weight was somehow reassuring. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, just keep going down the spoopy ladder. It was so dark down there. So dark. And the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? Yeah, so I'm just going to point out how disturbing it is that there is a massive cave network under a house.
Yeah, that has like murder clippings.
I think this classifies as a lair. Holy crap, is this guy Batman?
Oh no.
The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old, faded paper. covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out and ineligible and
Illegible.
oh my god, that word. Notes were written beside them in a faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. He, E, A, He, R, F, O, Ro. None of it
What?
made none of it made any sense to me. I mean, come on, man, it's like the greatest pop song from last year. I'm just deflating all the horror from the situation. Oh, hello. Looked to be bones, half dug into the ground, and what remains looked old. Faded clothes that stuck up against amongst the dirt looked familiar. They looked like clothes that a woman was wearing in the photo I found. Was this the man's wife? Okay, so this is supposed to be light fixture, I think, hanging from the ceiling here. Why is it not shedding any light? It looks like a ladder. Some kind of homemade rack slung together with poorly cut wooden rope. It was caked with old blood. Somebody didn't actually use that, did they? Um, Rusted hooks like the kind you'd find in a butcher hung from the ceiling. They looked pitted and worn from heavy use. The man upstairs, did he do this?
Are we in Hellraisers? Like, Pinhead's lair?
Crudely made shelves. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive, with labels worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. It looked like it looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating the bottom. Something wet. There's water dripping everywhere, man. I thought that was a person for a second. Some like weird Slender Man thing going on.
Oh, yeah, it looks real creepy.
Some kind of old boxes. They looked like they were years old. Wait a minute, these boxes had clothes in them. Clothes I remembered. Throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing here? There wasn't anyone here. Was I hearing things? I'm pretty
Currently, you're
sure.
probably hearing our cat use a litter box.
Nah, that's far enough away. What the hell is that? I swear to God, what the hell is that? Oh God, why can't I duck? That's like a fundamental of side-scrolling is ducking.
Not in this game, apparently.
I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. Woo!
They should just, like, walk
Whew!
right over it.
Whew! That was dangerous. There's a rope hanging there. Wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Do I take the rope? Guys? I need to know if I take the rope, because it's like, I don't know, it's a rope. Leah says yes. That's one. We're gonna take the rope then. Always take the rope. Of course. Maybe the rope would make that broken ladder easier to descend. What the hell was that? Did you hear that? Guys, did you hear that?
I heard something.
Like it was a whisper?
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm not going crazy. The rope I found would have let me climb down the ladder. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and climb down. I don't think. Wait. I'm gonna make sure. I don't think there's anywhere else because this is where the bats like flew by me and I found out I couldn't duck. So yeah, I haven't seen Boondock Saints Kimber. I know it's disappointing. I don't know if you can be my friend anymore. I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. bunch of old newspapers, wheat pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out. Danger due to cave in.
Maybe this is like some kind of utility shelter, like a bomb shelter.
We're starting to get to like heavier doors. I could still feel a faint impression of the rope I had slid down as I pressed against the heavy metal door. It was probably for the best that I hadn't jumped. The ache in my legs was bad enough as it was. I could have, though. I would have run straight out of those awful tunnels. Who would keep such a place? At least, I thought I had found that old gun. It seemed to work, and from the smell of it, it had been used already. How did he know that if he hates guns? I kept the gun in my pocket. It seemed a familiar weight there. Again, hates guns. An exposed ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through there, but it was so high up. It must have been a sore landing. Oh my god, I'm backtracking. There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was grass smeared within it. I'll keep going this way. I could hear a faint trickling sound like water. What was that?
Water.
It says exit, so I'm not going to take that yet. A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? Why? Okay, so do I take the knife? Because apparently I don't want to touch it. But if I'm told I took the knife, then apparently I took the knife.
Leah says no. What does Kimber say?
Kimber also says no, so we leave the knife behind. Still had the old handgun. I wasn't sure what good a knife would have been. You know, this guy gets it. Exactly. I
You
have a
have a
gun.
gun?
Why bring a knife to a gunfight? Okay, what was? Door was locked. There was a mystery smell from inside.
A musty smell.
Okay. Man, I'm like tired. Oh look, wasn't sure what those valves were for. Did I turn it anyway? I'm gonna turn it because I'm gonna throw caution to the wind. Huh. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. Then what do you know what it is? Like, when I don't know what a machine is, I just think it's a machine. Ooh. Sure what those valves were for. Did I turn it anyway? Yeah. Kimber thinks I need to do a sleep.
Because you keep reading things weird.
I'm just gonna turn all the valves. If it blows something up, then I'm the idiot wandering through, turning valves, and it's my fault. Oh, can't go forward anymore. Like, I'm waiting for the monster to show up. Whatever monster there is in this game. All good horror games need a solid monster. Still locked. I think there's a ladder further back I haven't climbed yet. Let's go check that out. There's a bloody knife
As
on the
you
floor
walk
back
right
there.
past the exit.
Hey, I want to make sure that I know what's going on in this terrible, foreboding, dangerous... Oh, hello. Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. Filthy garbage bags! Where rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Wasn't sure what I'd hoped discovered with the tape. I should have asked if I was going to take the tape. I'm sorry, guys. I got a little excited.
You found it. You're like, oh, sweet, a garbage tape. Well, hopefully it's something naughty.
I think I was just more excited to find a videotape, a relic of a bygone era. Yeah, that's true. Whatever the monster is, it can't be as awesome as the Jersey Devil and freaking Wolf Among Us. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss any doors before I try to exit. That was locked. This is the one where I found the one thing. Keep going, find out the monster was Toad all along.
Oh no, not Toad.
Turning those valves must drain the water was in this room. There was a ladder I could reach. So wait, if there would have been water over here. Okay. Looked like the water drained out of this grate in the wall. There's a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of rancid water. Did I take it? Do I take this key? Clickety click 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 twist. Key.
Okay, Leah says yes.
Still waiting to see if Kimber wants to know if I want to take the key. Clickety click 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 the key.
That's in rancid water.
Gross. Like, why is it rancid? It just got drained. Like, typically when that stuff moves around, oh, you know what? It was a bunch of old standing water. Alright, taking the key. Pocketed the small key. It was odd shaped. I had no idea what it might open. I'm gonna go see if that works on that door I walked past earlier that was locked. I'm gonna take this time. This odd shaped key doesn't open that door. But this odd-shaped key reminds me of a fantastic show that our good friend here in the chat, Kimber, does with her boyfriend Tom on Monday nights every other week called Odd Shaped Panel. It is a fun, geeky conversation show, and you should join us. Oh, awesome.
Oh, cool. No fighting. Sorry, talking to the cats.
Who's over there with you? Oh, Tib. She's all curled up with you. Alright, there's a sign. Ooh. The safety poster had definitely seen better days. How old was that facility? Incredibly old. It's attached to old salt caverns.
Hello, it had a VHS tape.
It's at least 30 years old. The door was locked. I could see a faint light within. What does this old... Okay, this light up here, it does absolutely nothing. I'm very angry with this light. Look, I walk away. It's just like, oh, look, it's all dark. Oh, no, no. But you see, it's got like a little cone of light shining down. Ugh, stupid physics. And another. Oh, this door opens. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, Lord.
Found another dead body. A sewer worker. He was a mess, but he looked like he'd been stabbed. I could see a key ring that had fallen out of his pocket. Did I take it? Should I take the key ring? It'll probably open other doors. I'm gonna make an executive decision and take the key ring. Worked up the nerve to snatch the key ring away and put it in my own pocket. Look, I'm already theorizing that. Oh, hello. There was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what happened. Maybe the tape I found could be useful.
VHS Town sounds like an old rental store.
Dude, totally.
Like at the comic book store, you can buy the VHS tapes for $3.
I used the key ring to unlock the door. Monster. No. The shelf full of security tapes was strictly organized, though covered in dust. Looked like the tape I found was the one that was missing from the shelf. That doesn't look good. There was a dusty VCR on the security desk. I wondered what was on the VHS tape that I found. Do I play the tape? Should I play the tape?
Should you play the tape, ladies?
Videotape Town? Nice. It sounds also like Lee says yes. Videotape Town or VHS Town. Oh no. Video showed a man right there in the sewers being attacked. The tape looked fuzzy and stretched, like somebody tampered with it. It looked like there could have been two men. Couldn't stand to watch that video again. But there's like a whole bunch of them here. Why did I wonder what was on the tape? I just saw what was on the tape. I'm gonna backtrack super far and see if the keyring I found can open that door. I just wish I could backtrack faster. Do 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 do. Okay, now. Was it up or was it this way?
I thought it was up.
Oh, you know what? No, I went the wrong way. Found on that sewer worker, and one of them seemed to fit. Yay! Oh, hello. A collection of stale liquor bottles covered the floor. The wall was littered with dozens of old faded papers. Whoever did this was obsessed with some local murders. According to some of the clippings, bodies have been found in ravines, in the forest, in one case dumped in the back of an abandoned truck. I couldn't be sure, but some of these same articles had also been pasted up in those tunnels. A faded receipt was half trampled on the floor. It's from the local train station and was for 2 tickets. I didn't know what use it could be, but did I keep the receipt? Should I take this receipt with me? I mean, I already hate guns, but put it in my pocket, and, you know. Alright. Leia, what do you think? Kimber says keep the receipt. Alright. I neatly folded the soiled receipt and slipped it into my front pocket. I just want to get out of this room now. The crackling is bothering me. Oh, what the? Hey, so that freaked me out. Yeah, I'm done here. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Yeah,
I'm out. I'm out.
I'm
I'm
out.
out. I'm out. I'm out.
This must have been the other end of that ventilation shaft. Whoever used it could have gotten past the flooded room with this. That explains a lot. And again, lights that don't work. God, physics is just messed up here. I cursed the weight of the gun as I hobbled up the ladder. Would I really need it, or was there some other reason for wanting to carry it around? The thought of that videotape still haunted me. Who was it that didn't want to be seen? Was it the same person that hid all those newspaper clippings away from that locker room? I could go no further up on the ladder, and thumbing the latch above me finally found my escape. The stench of that sewer finally abated, and I could smell old, damp pine trees. Hello. Oh, that leads down. Okay.
I think we might be the killer, you guys.
I kind of am thinking that too, Kemper. An old ladder leading up to an ancient water tower, allowing to be extended to climb it. Did I extend the ladder? Should I climb up to the water tower, guys? I'm kind of wanting to, but if you guys think that that might lead me to be the killer, then I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared of what I might find up there. I popped the latch and brought the ladder down. Oh god, the bats! uh, mm, I wonder if this is a Pokemon gem. and a patch of smeared dirt and grass. There was a beat up old wallet. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? If it's my wallet, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
The wallet was missing its contents, including any cards or ID. It was worn but light. It made carrying the gun around seem more awkward. Did I put it in the same pocket? I hate when I do that. Like my phone and my wallet and the keys all in the same pocket.
And your gun?
I don't have one of those, but okay. Where was my driver's license and credit card? From the railing, I could see over the woods, down to the entrance of the sewers. Had I come through here before? If I did, someone
Hey,
definitely could have seen
Eric.
me. Hello, Eric. Welcome to the Murder Mystery Hour. We think we might be a murderer. We're doing
And
pretty well, but I'm pretty sure I killed a man in the game.
yeah, we're playing through this horror adventure game, which I've played through before, but Joe hasn't played through, so I'm trying
Guys,
to refrain from
guys. Do you see that? Do you see that?
the eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm refraining from giving any hints.
I tried the little key I had fished out from the murky puddle in the sewers. It fit, and I heaved open the rusty door. Ah, the odd-shaped key opened this door that I'm not sure I want to go through yet. The wind was picking up a bit, and the night air became strangely chilly. I'm not sure if it's that or he's wearing a beret, but if he's a ginger, then he kind of looks like he's got like Conan O'Brien hair.
He looks pretty orange.
Okay, there's another door here.
Yeah, that looks like hair, not a hat.
This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on the map I had seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath that man's house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here, the sign pointed out various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. Actually, you know what? I looked like I was coming up to a house. I don't want to go get lost in a forest before I check out a house. Like, I feel like getting lost in a forest is the last thing I want to do.
That's usually where wolves are.
Big bad wolves.
Right? That's a creepy smile.
The old train station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that of increased wind buffeting the decrepit structure. Of course. Of course. Of course. Because why wouldn't the train station be all abandoned, drippy, and gross? An old map encased in glass hung on the wall. It was the train routes connected to that train station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course, the map I found in the tunnels had similar locations marked, and the other notes I found on the man's bookshelf. His notes mentioned the water tower, and even this train yard. What was he doing coming back here? Hiding the bodies? Guys, what if I'm not the killer, but I'm like following the trail of the... Oh, God. Why? The old train was ripped open, hanging from a shred of metal. I know, Tib. As well as the broken fence was a dark stained patch of cloth. It looked synthetic, like some kind of outerwear. Inside the train's shell, I could see a few faint impacts like wounds. Could they have been bullet marks? Was somebody shot there? The ground was well worn, and I couldn't really make anything out. I realized I was touching the gun I had found as I thought. Yeah, that's not dark.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
And there's the eyes again. I feel like being outside in Resident Evil, it was just not a good idea. I know, Tib.
Like a zombie's gonna come and get you.
Or like the zombie dogs, or or the murder of zombie crows, or, Mr. Sinister or something.
Wait, Marvel Mr. Sinister?
Yeah, I meant to say Mr. X. An old ticket booth that looked fairly ruined. Inside the ticket window were sheets of paper. Wait, what were these train receipts? I thought the receipt I had picked up might match these, but of course, Not this station had been closed for years. The ticket must have been for the newer station that opened up on the other side of town after this one was abandoned. However, I noticed a series of fresher looking paper covered in tiny notes, scribbles, and diagrams.
You got a trophy.
Escape route. Okay. The only option is to go into the old forest. It was this door, right? That led to the forest? Yeah. Alright, I got two here. I'm gonna go in the second one. Yay, I'm gonna get lost. The warm picnic table stood within a circle of trees like an altar. It was covered in faint markings and carvings from who I assumed were previous campers and hikers. Uh-huh. Hey guys, I'm starting to feel super ominous. The path ended in a cold-looking river. I wasn't sure if it was safe to cross like this. Did I cross it? I'm gonna say no. I feel like crossing a river without some sort of item, like it would be like climbing down the ladder. It would feel like climbing down the ladder without the rope. Probably just would not have been a good idea, right? That's a nope, even with a rope. Trampled into the dirt and grass was a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off and surprised to see it was my credit card. Hey,
How did
that's.
it end up here?
I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take back my credit card? Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you take back your credit card?
Pocketed the credit card. Hopefully, I can find my driver's license too. Usually feels super ominous, so it's hard to gauge. Yeah, this is. Through the fence, I could see a dilapidated outbuilding. I wonder if I could find my way around. I swear to God, if this just pops me on the other side of the fence. Uh, my controller just vibrated.
Creepy.
There were some personal effects shoved back into the rock. Wait, there was a notebook there too. Did I read the notebook? That's a depressing movie. I swear to God, if I open it and it's like about James Garner, I'm gonna flip out. So do I read the notebook, guys? So should I see if I'm a murderer? Because this could implicate me in being a murderer. All right. Inside the cheap dollar store note. Whoa, that's offensive.
Making
Inside
those inferences.
Inside the cheap dollar store notebook was a page after worn page of names and lists. None of it made much sense. The newest pages contained several names: Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, Rachel. Hey, those were some of the names that were like unreadable earlier.
Hey, why is my name in this notebook?
Shh, sweetheart, it's okay. Rachel, her name was last on the list, had a mark beside it in blue ink. The names Daphne and Olivia had been crossed out in the same blue ink. Cheryl, Heather, and Rose had also been crossed out, but the marks looked older and more faded. Oh, yay! So maybe I'm not the murderer, but I was following the murderer because the murderer killed my wife? Or was gonna kill my wife? I don't know where I am now. I'm gonna go this way because I think I came through the other one. Oh, where's this? No, no, don't look. No, no. Well, that's
Typical bathroom graffiti?
the grimy sink had a small patch of it that looked like almost clean. Bathroom. Ooh, there was a damp smelling plank leaning against the stall door. I might even be able to cross the river with this.
Doesn't he know a murder list when he sees one?
or a I'm gonna ask these women to prom list, but considering I woke up in an abandoned house with some corpses in my path so far, I'm gonna say it's not a prom list.
I don't think that's a thing.
Maybe.
Typical
Probably.
guys don't make like a list of ladies for the prom.
Hmm. That's fair. Again with the light thing.
At least that one's glowing, kind of.
The other ones were like lit too. Same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. Oh no, no, no! I don't want to leave yet. I need to go wake up in a prom dungeon.
They banned those prom dungeons in our state.
I'm trying to see if I can get back to the river. Okay, good. I can hear it. The plank I found was long enough to form a crude bridge, but I wasn't sure if it would hold. Did I use it? That's why I got the plank. Oh god. Eh. Two bodies. Two young women were half dug into hasty, shallow graves between the trees. The younger looking one was still face up, her dead eyes gleaming against my flashlight. I was panicking, but I couldn't leave them like that. Did I clean up the gravesite? Do I want to be respectful or GTFO? Tiblet. Hey Tib. Do I want to clean up the gravesite? Well, I don't know what that means. So I'm gonna ask you guys, do I clean up the gravesite? Okay. Leah says I should be respectful. Eric says yeah. Camber, what do you think? So I'm gonna try and promote that I'm not the killer and bury them. They seem so exposed, which is what bothered me the most. Oh, that doesn't help. They seem so exposed, which is what bothered me the most. Yeah, that still might mean I'm the killer. I covered them up as best as I could and stuck a few twigs in the ground to create some kind of headstone. Twigs? Wow. Those are not twigs.
You just happened to find all the cross-shaped twigs.
I worked in Logan. Did I cross back over to the other shore? Yes. There's nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go. Alright, now I'm gonna make my way out of the forest, hopefully. God, I hope I don't get lost again. I think this is... Dang it. Damn it, Bobby. Okay, I'm out. Now I'm done. Don't ever want to come back to this forest again. I hate this place. 99? I don't know what that meant.
That was weird.
Have you ever experienced that before playing this game?
Hmm?
The 99 popping up?
Did you maybe read a sign?
I didn't press anything coming through. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a machinist for all those years. Of course! The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind.
There's a lot of coincidences that are super convenient.
Nope. I'm gonna go through the hole in the fence first. Damn it! Found the body of a security guard. Just doing his job, no doubt. His face was covered by blood from some kind of head wound. Oh, horrible head wound, Harry? Wondered, Was this his flashlight? Dug into the ground was a cracked old watch. First my wallet, now this. Did I retrieve my watch? It was my watch. The watch was useless, but I put it on my wrist anyway. The watch was useless, just like my courage. Okay.
He didn't even mention a watch earlier.
One of those lockers hung open. Its contents were tossed around like some one had been looking for something. Dang it, Ashley.
Sorry.
The door was locked shut. There was a little electronic box under the handle. A sign was pasted on the front. It said, "Danger, closed for repairs." Oh, hush, Tib. I know. There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, shaking off the other parts of the factory. Metal was starting to wear and the cobs were collected in the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. Door was locked tight. Of course. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotted. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. The board contained yellow clippings of newspaper cartoons and notices. There were notes to and from the guys who worked here. One of them was Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. A power panel. Looked like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? I'm gonna turn this. I'm gonna do this. Oh, it's not done, right? Working. Did I try it again? There we go. Okay. The open locker was stuffed with dirty work clothes and old boots. There was a photo of a woman taped inside, but it was scratched out, and the face was unrecognizable. That's not pleasant. I'm gonna push the switches. Because there's that unpowered box thing downstairs, so I need to figure something out. It was shut tight. There was a rusty looking card slot on the side. A rusty looking card slot? That's not how this works. Our old break table. The layer of dust and grime only made seeing this sting more. The door had been hastily boarded up? That's upsetting. This was Norman's locker. The door was dented like someone had punched it. I don't remember doing that when we worked there. Another panel that I hope could get me the power back on. Yes. Utility shelf, crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the claw hammer? Do I take it, guys? Should it be hammer time? Should I stop, collaborate, and listen? Wait, no, that's Vanilla Ice. Dang it. I don't know MC Hammer that well. Stop. Hammer time?
Please don't sing that ever again. First of all, we can't afford the rights to that song. Second of all, that sounded terrible.
It's homage.
No. It was like beating a dead cow. A barely dead cow.
Lee suggests I should wield Mjolnir. Let's find out if I'm worthy enough to wield this claw Mjolnir. As I took the hammer, I noticed it wasn't dusty and the rest of the tools on the shelf. Apparently I'm worthy. I picked up the hammer. No, she cannot touch this. The locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom was a magnetic card. Did I take the card? How can I take the card? It's magnetic. It's attached to the bottom of the shelf.
How do magnets even work? I mean, scientists still haven't figured it out.
Or
And
even
they're
if
probably lying about it.
making me pissed. And that was us mocking the Insane Clown Posse. I slipped the key card into my pocket. Another panel that I had hoped another panel that I hoped could help me get the power back on. Yes, I'm gonna Put, come on, guys. Oh, oh, oh.
Too many ostriches.
Alright, I think that's all 5, right?
Possibly.
Wandering around a gigantic abandoned factory. You know, just turning the power back on. Maybe all the machinery will work. And I'm gonna use the claw hammer on this door. I struck with the hammer. The old boards came apart easily. After I removed the planks, I left the hammer on the floor. Why would I do that? I want to wield the power of mighty Thor. Blue collar Thor. This was my locker. In the factory. It stank of booze and the picture of Rachel was on the inside. It looked like I had been torn up. I thought I had taken the picture home when the factory closed. There was a mess of empty booze bottles. I wonder if the man in the house had something to do with this. Sure had a lot of alcohol at this place.
So much alcohol.
Why is there so much alcohol? Do 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 do. I've already been in here, I think. Yep. Door open now that the power was back on. Let's see what's behind this creepy door. Another smudge of dirt, similar to the one I found in the sewers, was on the floor. A large pile of building materials and debris blocked the way. That's not pleasant. A rusted old regulator of some kind sat dusty and unused against the wall. Planks, tools, and broken up parts blocked any further passage. There must be a reason to come in here. Or maybe not. With the power box working again, the door was unlocked. Did I go through? Wait, no. Not yet. Because there was a door upstairs that used a magnetic key card, right?
Mm-hmm.
I are so smart. I don't think this was it. Nope.
That was the claw hammer room.
Okay. Do. Wandering around a place that don't have any business being. Maybe I already opened it. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. And I murdered some people in this game. Tivlet is
Oh,
apparently
but
not a fan of my
Tibble
singing.
likes your song.
Or she thought I was trying to sing at her and she wants to come join in the singing. I think that's what it is. The door was unlocked. Did I go through? Yeah. I pushed the handle and stepped through the door. Dude, she's like staring me straight in the eyes. I think she wants an encore. A rack of flashlights hung on the wall. One of them was missing. Wait a minute. They were exactly like the same flashlight I was carrying.
Dun dun dun!
I turned my own over and looked at the bottom. How can I see if it's the only freaking light in this world? Judging by the label, it definitely could have come from this rack. The stale scent of old factory gave way to the brisk odor of pine trees and dirt. I was back outside, though I wasn't sure if that was better or worse. The path beyond was dark, and my flashlight barely illuminated anything with no crap. I wondered if it had really been taken from the factory. If so, how did I get it? That poor guard. He was probably just doing his job. His job! Maybe he knew what was going on in the boarded up room. If he did, he wouldn't be telling that tale to anybody. I hope the path led back to town. I need to find some help.
He needs to find a lot of things.
Yeah, no lie. Oh, hello, truck. The pickup had smashed into the guardrail and stood silent. Was this the truck that the newspaper clippings mentioned? Was there really a body found here, too? B2. Interesting.
Or 62.
Or wait. Uh, that tree has eyes. Either that or it's 29 and the sign turned around in the accident. Well, if it's 29, then that means this road goes north to south. Because, it's how freeways work in
Mm.
America. America. Do 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 do. Don't mind me. The garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food and slick black bags.
Ew, that's a horrible description.
Yeah, it is kind of gross. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it back? Yes. Cleaned the card off as best I could. Ew, garbage juice. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed to have found my credit card, and now this? I tucked the card in my wallet. Next, to get my credit. What? Oh, next to my credit card. Yay! Sounded like it was going to start raining again. As I entered Norman's place, this was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet, except for the faint sound of a television. The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside, locked like I couldn't just pop it open. It needed a key. There's a bit of blood on the keyhole.
Of
That's the,
course there was.
that's the only place there was blood was the keyhole? What the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung on the rack? That was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was this doing here? This is not going to go well. Inside the cabinet was a small but impressive collection of hunting rifles, shotguns, and even a few items I didn't think were legal here. One of the slots on the rack was empty. The gun I found seemed to match the others there. If the handgun was Norman's, what the hell was he doing with it? The gun would fit there. Did I place it back into the cabinet? Do I put the gun back, guys?
What should Joe do?
Oh no, this isn't me. This isn't like me. Don't equate me with this psychopath that's obviously a murderer.
What decision should Joe make for his random character?
John Everyman.
John Everyman? Isn't that the name of Brian's character from Family Guy in his horrible novel?
I think so. Faster than the speed of love. Alright,
Alright,
Leah suggests I keep the gun. Eric, Kimber, you guys got some contribution to this moral dilemma? Keep it? Well, we're at we're out of 2 out of 3 now, so that means I'm going to keep it. But I would like to know Eric's input. What do you think, buddy? I'm going to go ahead and click keep it, but do you think I should have kept it? Leave in the comments below. Wait. Dang it.
You pressed the wrong button.
I pressed the wrong button. I'm sorry, guys. I pressed the wrong button. I swear I intended to keep it. Norman, what were you doing with all these?
Hey, you earned a trophy though.
I don't even know what that trophy means. Sorry, Leah. Sorry, Kimber. Oh, that's just swell, guys. It's either blood or poop. The TV still flickered some indecipherable channel. Oh no, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my coworker and one of my few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. He looked like he'd been shot trying to get up. His eyes were wide with shock, though they were already drying. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserve better. You probably did. Do I close his eyes?
Kimber makes a point that you did hate that gun.
Alright, I've been respectful to those 2 teens that I buried. I'm going to be respectful to Norman and close his eyes. And yeah, I did hate guns according to this game, though I took it for some strange reason. I closed his eyelids down, shuddering as I did so. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to give him peace, or if I just couldn't stand to think anymore about what was going on. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from 2 cups still there in the wood. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess, did I? Do I be a creeper and dig through Norman's garbage? Nah, gonna put some more options in your hands since I screwed up the gun thing. And that would just be polite.
Mm-hmm.
But do I be polite and go digging and not go digging through his personal garbage? I mean, it's garbage, but that also, by that token, it's garbage. Just garbage. Creep away, diggy diggy. All right, Leo wants me to dig through the garbage. I'm kind of tempted to dig through the garbage.
I mean, you dug through the garbage earlier.
Found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash and pocketed it. All right, cool. That's really all I got out of this. Was a clean table. Oh, I can go pick the lock now. Maybe this is the Fallout universe. That makes sense why I'm not finding anybody. What was this? It looked like a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. I wondered where it led. I'm gonna pull the pull chain. Wonder if. Oh, that's not good. This is really not good. There was a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed. Did I open it? Yeah, I'm gonna look in here. I opened the old cardboard box and wasn't entirely surprised by what I saw. There were more of Rachel's things. More of my wife's clothes, photos, shoes, even that old radio I gave her. Why, Rachel? What were you doing here with Norman? I bet they were banging.
Does look a little suspicious.
You know what looks even more suspicious? This.
Me.
Guys, I'm just gonna point this out. He's got like chains hanging from a ceiling. And one of those freaky lights that doesn't work. Though it clearly is supposed to be. Oh, also my wife's things. Jeez.
The character's wife's things.
Ha, that's fair. I used a hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. Never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. Oh, nice. 50 Shades of Nope. It's a good name for this game. The register was mostly empty. A fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. Everything in this town looked to be in much better shape then, quote unquote. It had been weeks since I had last seen Norman, and finding me that way still left me cold. Thinking of him slumped against that chair only cemented my reassurance of getting rid of that gun. It looked like someone had taken a piece from a store. But why was it in those tunnels? As I stepped outside, I recalled that my dusty old box of clothes in Norman's attic. I felt like I only discovered more questions, no answers, but I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. It was locked. This wasn't the right gate. The gate was locked tight. This wasn't my house. The lure only led back. I had to find my house. The gate was locked tight. This wasn't my house. The neighborhood's local postbox. A letter was sticking out as if someone hadn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the letter? Do I look at this letter that doesn't belong to me? I mean, I might be a murderer. Committing a federal crime of mail fraud may not be that big of a deal in
It's true.
comparison. What are they gonna do? Slap the like? Is this gonna be the difference between life in prison or not? I'm sure this horror game would be more horrifying if I didn't break the tension with terrible, cheesy attempts at jokes in between stuff. So Leia suggests I look at the letter. Who else wants to suggest I break the law? Anyone else? It is a federal offense. And hey, man, who knows? Could be to me. I don't even know what my character's name is.
You said his name was John Everyman.
Well, yeah, but that's just the name I'm applying to him because he hasn't told me his name yet.
His name is Protagonist.
Protagonisto.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. The envelope was addressed to Norman. There was no return address, but the handwriting looked familiar. I took a deep breath and tore open the package. Why didn't they tell me it was the Norman? Norman, I'm sending this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you in person. What we did, well, it was wrong. My husband is an easy man to be with, but he is my husband and your friend. I need some time to sort this out, away from you both. I'm going to go away for a while. I'm going to tell him. Norman, so you don't think you can hold this against me. Maybe we'll work it out. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I even want to, but he deserves at least that much. Goodbye.
Well, well, well.
Well, well, well.
Can't even find your own house.
Um, I entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding. It chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. I'll look at some real quick. Yeah.
You're trapped.
Oh, hi, blood. I held my breath as I approached. Our back door. I was terrified to step inside. The house was painfully quiet. The sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. I flicked the light switch by the door, and power was off. I remembered having breakfast here on this very table. Was this yesterday or sometime before? So there's a lot of really heavy sounds going on. A small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why hadn't Rachel picked this up? Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill. Did I open it? Should I open my credit card bill, you guys?
I mean, it's just a credit card bill.
I ripped the bill open and read it. To my surprise, it said something about canceling my credit card due to non-payment. What the hell? The front door was locked from the inside. I couldn't go out, though I needed to see if Rachel was here. Guys, I'm scared. Door to the basement. It was locked. Where'd I put the damned key? I found the last missing piece from our wallet, the old photo of Rachel, and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. If it didn't make me feel terribly comfortable, did I keep it anyway? Yes, it's part of my wallet. I've replaced the photo in my wallet, feeling like I had a part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why had I thrown it away? Our television. I purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterward, but by then it was too late. Rachel was pretty angry about that, I realized. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. Our hallway mirror had been smashed, its pieces scattered around the floor. My laptop had been left on. It only had a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top drawer of the desk. Did I take it? Yes, it's a key. I pocketed the key. Laptop was warm. It had been running for a while. Okay, what newfangled laptop does he have that has power that lasts that long? Our sink, which needed to be replaced. One of the taps always stuck, but I hadn't got around to fixing it yet. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those old, wonderful old claw-footed bathtubs. It seemed impractical at times, but it was part of what made this house home. Why would you make the comment that a claw-footed bathtub was impractical? Got extra storage under there and everything. The books were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey, now that I look more closely, it looked like the man in the house had some of the same books I did. My wife's, Rachel's suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling what was in it. Did I open it? Do I open Rachel's suitcase, you guys? Do I find out if my wife was planning to leave me? Or do I like turn my face away from the possibility that this is all a terrible thing and I murdered some people because I was angry? Leah says yes. What about you, Kimber? Just wait a little bit longer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna go ahead and open it. Just, for posterity. Inside Rachel's suitcase were a few days' worth of clothes, some personal effects, and a train ticket. As I stared at the ticket, I could feel myself flush with anger and resentment. The date and the time and the receipt I had found. I believe I've opened everything up here already. Make sure. Yeah, that was the bathroom. Considering I'm storming around making a huge mess. Oh, I unlocked the basement door. There were old Christmas decorations in the box. Garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was an old key here. Did I take the key? I took the small key and tried to remember what it unlocked. There was old clothes, tools, and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. I put up this divider wall last summer to create a separate room in the basement. I hadn't finished it yet, so the door was stuck. The drywall was poorly installed. I might have been able to break through if I found something heavy enough. There's something upstairs heavy enough, isn't there? Is there something heavy enough upstairs to break through the hole in the floor? Or the grimy key I found? Oh, unlock this door. I looked around the room and tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? There was an old crowbar on the floor. Did I need to take the crowbar? I'm gonna say yes, because I'm pretty sure that breaks the wall downstairs and such. That was really all this was. Guys, I'm scared what's in the basement. Like, what if Cthulhu's down there?
Cthulhu.
Did I break through the wall with a crowbar? I know when YouTube does weird things. With a heave, I swung the crowbar at the wall. I smashed a hole large enough to step through. As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down here? Was she okay? What is up with all the... Oh my... Don't look. A filthy-looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful and made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile, to see what lay within, but I knew I had to. I had come this far. After all this searching, after all I had seen, when I looked into the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? Alright guys, did I find Rachel in the rags? Are they just rags, or is Rachel actually in there? Rags made his eyes water. He'd been running into bodies all over the place and said nothing. So Leah says no. Maybe is not an option I have, Kimber. So I'm gonna go with no. The rags were wet, matted, and covered in dirt and grime, but inside was a tattered mess. There was no sign of my beloved wife. Rachel wasn't there. I looked around in confusion, trying to figure out what to do next. If she wasn't there, where was she? What had I been searching for this entire time? I remember the look on Rachel's face when I came home. Didn't I? Then the awful realization hit me right in the gut. I'd been looking at this the wrong way, hadn't I? This is what you've been trying to tell me all along, isn't it? I couldn't find Rachel there, and I wouldn't find her anywhere else because she was never there at all, was she? I stumbled back upstairs, the pain in my legs just a dull ache now, and sat down in my bedroom. My mind was spinning. The ache I felt before was near crippling. Finally, I could no longer fight the exhaustion. As I tried to grab hold of something that would make sense of all this, I must have drifted off. I guess these books were actually mine then. This is my wallet with its contents intact. Either I dropped that stuff or somebody else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again, or maybe somebody stole it from me. Norman's store, that forest, the water tower. Was I at those places before? Was I at them? Or was somebody else?
The big existential crisis of this game.
Yeah. So was it me at all those places, or was somebody else at all those places? Yay or nay? Kimber says no. Lee's gonna say yes. Alright, Miss Davis, I'm gonna leave this up to you then. We're at a hung jury. What do you think?
Yes, make Joe choose.
Alright, then I'm gonna go with no. No. There's no way it was me out there. I woke up in that house, remember? I wasn't off in any damn forest.
Did he just say he wasn't in the forest?
Yeah. It was the photo of the other man and his wife that I found in that house. Are those really his wife's remains in those tunnels? It certainly seems so. What did I think? Did the other man murder his wife and bury her in those tunnels? I'm gonna go with yes. Sick bastard must have. What else did that mean? There were some questionable things in those tunnels. What else was he wrapped up in? And the shards of the broken mirror. I could see my face, gaunt now, hollow and sickly and immensely troubled. What other illusions had I dreamed up? What other truths were waiting to be exposed? dirty, faded glass, I looked like nothing more than a faint shadow. I used to tell myself that Rachel was the one who wanted to keep the tub. That doesn't explain why Rachel's clothes were in there. It was the key card I found at the bottom of that factory locker. I never did bother to use it. Someone had been going through those lockers and poking around the plant. Still, it didn't quite add up. Was it the one who had been going back to the factory? Yes. It looked that way, didn't it? The locker room. I had given up drinking, but the laptop had finally run out of power. Why didn't you turn it off earlier, you jerk? It was a letter I had taken from the postbox. It got a bit wet in the rain. But if, well, who wrote the letter then? Who was Norman seeing? Oh no, Norman. If I was wrong about Rachel, then what about him? Did I do that horrible thing to him? Yes, I must have. But why? Did we fight, or was I tricked into thinking he was sneaking around with, well, with Rachel? What was happening to me? I'm crazy. I had that old TV for so long, I don't know if I could ever replace it. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, wasn't the TV different earlier?
Yeah. It was nicer.
A little flat screen. My old office safe sat on the floor. I used to keep tax records and other important documents in it. I used the digital passcode lock, but I couldn't have the code. Maybe I left it somewhere. I surmised at least that two of the names in the musty notebook have been recent victims. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl. Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose. Those poor girls I found in the dead forest. I remember what happened to the other names on the list, or the ones scratched out in the desk. Those wet tunnels. It seemed like I'd seen all there was. Maybe I thought I was ready to go back into the basement. Completely alone. Everything smelled musty and old down here. Pile of mail on the floor, and I saw it was addressed to me. Bills, credit card offers, and a letter from the bank. They were all addressed to me. That was it. With Rachel gone, I couldn't stand to be in that house a moment longer. Did I leave and say goodbye to that nightmare forever? Yes. Since I'd arrived in town, things had been difficult. Working in the plant, though, had been good for me. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess it was when I had started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. Drinking was probably just a way to deal with that. It was almost as if it was trying to beat my brain at its own game. Things stopped making sense sometime after that. My memories of what happened are still in flux. I suppose that's when Rachel came along. This night had been the worst of my entire life. Would it even be possible to bounce back from everything that had happened, everything I'd seen? You know, in a way, I almost wish I hadn't even woken up tonight. It would have spared me a lot of pain. The man I found in the old house had killed his wife, I was sure of it, just as sure as you killed mine. After making it out of those tunnels, I thought those sewers might feel safer. I was wrong. The security tape had I watched had shown someone being attacked, but it looked like two people. But who was it that was attacked? You know, I didn't know who had taken my wallet, but I knew it wasn't me who had been all over town, not Norman's or in the forest. I don't care what you think. I may be mad, but it wasn't me. There are plenty of other people to blame for this. Why don't you start thinking about them instead? Just for a second, though, think about something else. Think about those poor girls I accidentally discovered in the old forest. The notebook I had found in those woods had names in it. Names I think I saw somewhere else before. If I couldn't have been me behind it, could I? I would never do such a thing to sweet, innocent people. So it was probably obvious to us both, though, now that I was the one going through those lockers and making a mess of the old factory. But what the hell was I doing there? I suppose I could have just been another episode, but I didn't understand. Was it really me drinking in the boarded up room? What did I become? What more was there that you're not telling me? I had to catch my breath to take it all in. At each point, until the factory, things had only gotten worse. But then going to Norman's store, that's where it started. That's where the confusion and doubt started to set in. That's where my perspective of all this really started to change. Norman, you bastard, I killed you. And it was clear to me now why. You had taken Rachel from me. You were going to take her away altogether. In the end, you got what you deserved. But as painful as all of this was, I couldn't bear to think about it again. After all I had seen and done, finally coming home was supposed to be the end of this entire ordeal. I had no idea, though, that it was the only beginning. When I first stepped through the kitchen door, the silence had been unnerving. But to think that it went through all of that completely unaware of what I would discover, had I killed Norman thinking that he and, well, there was something going on? Everything that I held dear and true was now spinning around me. I had nothing to ground me, nothing to give me purpose, or even the faintest hope of reason. Without Rachel, without what I thought was Rachel, I was lost forever. And as the door swung open, I could smell damp grass and the closeness of the air. After everything, it felt like I had more questions than answers. It made me see the truth. I'll give you that. But now I was completely lost. You took away the only thing that had kept me going. I was sure the world would get out. The word would get out, and soon enough the police would come looking for me. And what then? Would you be there to show me the way? What will I do then? And that's the end of the game. Slipped away into the night.
Yeah, that's technically the good ending.
So that was the horror isn't the right word, but it's definitely a suspense horror-ish themed game, and it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. Maybe we'll do another playthrough of it some other time and try and get a different result.
Yeah, I was definitely expecting the first time I played it because of like the weapons and such that you'd encounter some scarier things, but really all the scariness was in your own mind, I guess.
Kimber, alrighty then.
Yeah.
All right,
Alrighty
so
then's not a bad response to that.
yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and close out this stream. Thank you for joining us, everyone that has. And if you haven't already, click like and subscribe and get notifications so when we decide to stream some other stuff, you can be aware of it. I think our next actual stream we're planning in the near future is Dead Nation.
Yep, Dead Nation zombie slaying gauntlet style game, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get a better headset before then.
Yeah.
All right, y'all have a nice night.
Thanks for tuning in.